Miss Jamie, it's so nice to see you.
I am so excited about today's episode.
We're gonna actually, I believe this is gonna turn into a five-part series for you guys, and we're super excited. We've talked about this a lot, and it's gonna be steps to train your trainer. So if you're at the point where you've got help and you're just about to dip your toe out of the field, but you're still kind of in the field and you're straddling both sides of the fence. Well, this series is for you. And-
Well, this is great, and I feel like that this will resonate with some people because I'm going through this myself right now. I'm in the field sometimes, so I'm almost out. Oh, I'm back in.
right,
So that's kind of what I'm going through, but uh, I'm forging through because I know that I'm growing, and in order to continue to grow, I'm going to have to continue to hire. I don't want people to get scared to hire.
right.
And um, especially if I see it all the time in the groups of what, oh, that's why I remain solo. If you want to grow your business, it's just one of the processes that you're going to have to learn. And that's exactly what I'm doing right now. So you're watching me in real time, live on this podcast right now. I am doing this right now. I've been doing a lot of behind the scenes stuff to structure because it's like, oh, I don't want that to happen to me again. Oh, okay. I need to do this and this. So I'm putting things in place so that as I'm doing, hiring and firing is part of the process, or
Mhm,
people quitting, or people getting sick. There are people that will work for you that they will take a sword for you.
mhm.
And they're
Figuratively
great.
speaking.
Figure, yes. In your business, they got your business, they have your back 100%. And I feel like there are unicorns
Mhm,
whenever it's like that. And whenever they can take a lot of, um, you basically are taking yourself and mimicking yourself.
mhm.
So that's what I'm going through right now. Right now, as we speak, I have somebody out in the field. Train the trainer. That's our episode today. So,
Right. And
yeah,
when you first, I think one of the hardest components, that, there's five systems we all know that you need to have to be successful and have smooth operating shifts. But the biggest piece, obviously, is the human resource and the cleaning tech element. And it's people think, oh, and we hear this a lot with the remote models, not the remote models where you're genuinely operating a cleaning business with W-2s. The remote models who operate only contractors only, and they're absentee, and they show you this stack of cash. We've all seen the commercials on Facebook, right? I make this much money per day, and look, I'm in Paris, France. Oh, and I'm at Disneyland, and I'm over
yeah,
here in the Caribbean, and it's there. It's managing people is messy.
yeah.
Dealing with a lot of value systems. You're dealing with stuff that's in the back of their head. You're dealing with their personal problems. You're dealing with a lot of stuff. Whether you have contact with them or not is up to you. I would like to believe that you're involved in your cleaning tech's lives because, as Jamie and I were talking, being in the cleaning industry can be lonely. Whether you're at the top of your business or whether you're at the bottom, it can be, especially if you work solos, it can be lonely. You're in there, day after day doing the same thing in people's homes. Sometimes they talk to you, sometimes they don't. I'm not talking about being a chatty Cathy. I'm talking about it can be lonely if you don't have the engagement going on. So you need to own
That's as a
that.
business, yeah, as the business owner, it
Right,
is. And this is our baby.
right.
This
I
is
understand because it's
our,
not their baby.
yeah, it's not. But there's also people that do like I feel like I have some cleaning techs that are very well versed in knowing that if we don't help her, then we're out of a job of
They get it.
good, this good money. So we need to advocate. We need to get out here on boots on the ground and help her because everybody, again, I live in a small rural area. So, boots on the ground, meaning they're out there helping me network. They're they've seen my growth, okay?
Mhm.
And they're like, yeah, there's something to it. So there are those ones that are, you do have you hire cleaning techs. They're great. They're doing cleaning. But then when is it time to you're doing all the work and like whenever I'm doing it, I'm like, I don't know, do whatever I do here. I'm wiping, I'm drying. Here I'll go do the bathroom, you do the kitchen or vice versa. And I'm like, I'm not good at this. Um,
Takes practice, and you have to remember that, and this goes from your trainer or your shift lead all the way down to the cleaning tech. The employee aspect of it is they are a direct extension of you. Whether they all matter, right? Cleaning techs matter. They're golden
oh,
unicorns. They're the ones that generate the revenue. They're the ones doing the hard work. They matter. So how their behavior matters, them showing up on time matters, them showing up in a cleaning press unicorn matters, their engagement with others matter. All of that is an extension of you as an owner slash manager. That is the first thing you learn when you start to manage other people is they are a direct example of you. I had someone the other day who got a complaint, and it was written on Google, and it was a pretty brutal complaint, and we discussed it. But what was interesting was the tell. It was the customer who said, "Did you know that this cleaning business owner has someone on the job that isn't an employee?" And I was like, I went back to this person and I said, what was that all about, right? Like, did they bring their kid? Are they bringing their auntie? Are they whatever it is? And it's because this person, you assume that everyone is going to act the same, but unless you specifically say, this is how it goes, like you cannot have another person on the job if you have W-2s because it's a whole liability factor.
it's all.
It's a privacy thing, and cleaning is very intimate. And when you have someone who's going through a transition, whether they're doing a move out or move in or deep cleaning or whatever, they don't want an extra body there unless you're participating in the act of helping them get clean, right?
Exactly.
It became
Grab
this
a rag.
whole dynamic. So I'm like, you need to go back to that cleaning tech and find out what the deal. Well, push comes to shove, this person who she hired, who was a W-2, was bringing her friends. Her friend was meeting her there for lunch, and they were taking a break on the longer cleans, which is fine. And we know
Okay.
there's a protocol for one-time cleanings. Hey, I'm gonna have my lunch out on the patio. Is that okay with you? And you're eating your lunch really quick. You're sitting down. You're taking a quick 30-minute break, but especially in the longer cleans, because no one wants to have Shannon show up and push you through the job. But there's a dynamic of not letting that lunch partner stay, right? Not bringing your auntie with you or your kid with you because it's what if that person falls and hurts themselves? Who do
Oh,
they sue? You or them?
yeah, exactly. Or yeah, what
Right.
happens?
So that was a whole can of worms.
We
So
don't
we
want to go there.
addressed it and we fixed it, but it was a policy um that was in place because you assume that they're going to know better, right? But they won't know better. You'll always have that one kid. we, I got one who pushes the boundaries every time
Oh yeah.
just to see what the reaction's going to be and if they can get
Yeah.
away with it. We all have one of those,
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, I think that's a
or
good thing.
moments of that one person. So that there is going to
Planning.
be defining the role of your trainer should be your best employee. You're not your best office employee, your best cleaning tech. The one who shows up on time, the one who can clean almost 1,000 square feet in an hour. They're super duper, or at least close to it.
Yeah.
Doesn't That's not a criteria. I'm just throwing it out there. The one who is never late to their jobs, the one who shows up in a cleaning press uniform, the one who knows how to handle the customers, right?
Or if you're still doing in-person bidding,
Right.
and you're not, you can't get to there. They're
Right.
not afraid. They're, oh no, I'll go handle this. Or
Right.
they'll make phone call. They'll even make the phone calls for you. We're gonna need to,
Involves a little bit of training too, but yes,
yeah, it does. It
initiative.
absolutely does. But um, it helps so much. It helps to have somebody like that. And it does take a long trial and error and a lot of ebb and flow, like we always say, to find the right one,
Right. And
you
it
know?
sometimes it can take a whole year. I mean, you don't really want your trainer, you want to try to promote with from within if at all possible, because it causes a rift, like, oh, Shannon got hired and she's immediately a trainer and blah blah blah, even though you get an introduction like Shannon came with all this experience, this is why she's a trainer, blah 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 blah. It's like this whole hierarchy, she didn't work from within. And
Oh,
maybe you do have them do cleaning tech roles until you can make sure that this person can talk to. How many times have we been on a job where someone says they can clean and you get out and you're like, oh my God,
yeah.
this person doesn't know how to clean. They're like doing all these awful things. They're cross contaminating. They're
Or
drinking toilet water on the travertine.
yes. Ah, yeah. No, been there.
Or they're like,
Talking. Yeah.
oh, my back is killing me. Can I sit down right here while we finish talking? You're like, no.
What? No, we don't do that.
I'm
Yeah,
hungry. I didn't get a chance to eat my lunch. Can I eat my lunch here in the bathroom? No. So that you want to pick your best trainer, and you want to give everyone an opportunity, so there's not animosity. Say, hey, I'm looking for a trainer. If you're interested, come and apply or hear me out. Or and then you can kind of do a little bit of an interview process so that you're not cherry picking. You can cherry pick if you have a small team, but as you get larger, you want to give everyone an opportunity to say, hey, I'm looking for another trainer. Would you,
right.
and if you're interested, please, see me after your shift, blah, blah, blah.
Well, and also, I feel like cleaning techs, they're always like, okay, this is the end of the road for me. I feel like it makes them strive for something more. Like,
Mhm.
oh, there's an opportunity for me to be a trainer,
Right.
you
Which
know?
comes with a little bit more money. Um,
Yep,
and
absolutely.
that's always nice
And
too. There's a
well-deserved money though.
Mhm.
Well-deserved money.
And
Um,
so they're the cleaning techs who are allowed to be vetted. So if you have a brand new person who's like, oh my God, I want to be a total trainer, you have to politely be able to say, hey, you've only worked with me about 3 months. You've only done 12 move out cleanings. And we all know that you have to have them seasoned before they can do a move out cleaning by themselves. And there has to be a vetted process. Don't let someone brand new be your trainer because so and so happened to show up the most out of someone else. So make sure they're vetted and they're the only ones allowed to train. And make sure that you have a training process set up
so
to.
what do you mean by how it's set up? How are we setting stuff up though for this?
So we've already discussed how this cleaning tech needs to have high standards. We've already discussed how they have to show up on time. They have to have clean uniforms, but there has to be some sort of structure, and it has to be written down, and there has to be a validation process. When I worked for TGI Fridays back in the day, God, I feel old by saying this. Back in the 2000s, I was the assistant general manager for TGI Fridays. I don't even know if they're around anymore. And my particular store did $7 million a year. And if you've ever worked in the restaurant industry, you know that $7 million a year is fucking busy. That's all I can
Kill
say.
me now.
So,
Right, that's slamming.
so I was responsible for the front of the house. I was in charge of the bar and the hostess. I actually moved up. I was hired in to manage the wait staff. And part of that was a validation process. And if any of you have seen the movie Office Space, I have 21 points of flair. You can look that movie up.
Oh yeah.
And it's because she got suspenders on and she comes
Yeah,
running over.
yeah, all the different buttons.
That's the TGI Fridays I worked for with the stripes and the whole deal. You have to have some sort of structure. So like on day one, and this is hypothetical, this is not my exact model. If you want the exact model, you can get inside the Structure, Scale, and Profit Cleaning Business Academy and do it that way. But it's like day one, you walk through the alarm, and then you clean a bathroom, and then this you try to do 2 houses a day, and then you've all heard me talk about how you're only training cleaning techs for 20 hours. It's kind of a do or die, but not really. There's certain stipulations, and it doesn't have to be like, oh my God, you missed mile marker number 27, you didn't make it.
Right, it's not
but,
right.
but they have to show interest, like does the cleaning tech show, and they have to be comfortable being in a management position, because it's technically, while they're training, they're an extension of you, and they're in a management position per se while they're training. So did that person show up on time? Did they ask about gloves? Did they wipe the mirror off the way you asked them to wipe the mirror off, or did they say, screw this, I'm gonna go like this, right?
Yeah,
And for those of you who are listening, I'm rubbing my hand
yeah,
like the
yeah,
Karate Kid,
up and
wax
down.
on, wax off, circle,
Yeah,
circle. Um, so like day one, this is what you complete. Day two, this is what you complete. Day three, day four, day five. So at the
right.
end of 5 training days, they should be able to fly free for the most part. When you're training regular maintenance cleanings, now, does that mean that you're going to take your brand new hire and give them trial by fire and let them do a move out cleaning with you? Not unless you're desperate. I do not recommend that you take a brand new hire that you spent all this money on hiring them.
Yes,
And
because it costs money.
it
It
costs
does.
money. And we can talk about the working interview next. Um,
Right.
there's this process that has to happen. So you need to make sure that they're following the protocol of what that process is. Um, and go ahead and fill
Yeah,
in, Miss
no,
Amy. I feel like I'm the only one talking here.
no, because I'm just like, well, you're exactly right. Whenever we onboard a new cleaning tech, we do normally do 5 days of training. And that's 2 houses a day, standard cleaning. There are times, very rare, that it's like, I'm sorry, this is what I rescheduled a bunch of stuff to get this deep clean done today, and you just happen to be hired this day, and they're going on a deep clean.
But you're coddling them. You're not giving them the difficult jobs or making it overwhelming for
Oh,
them.
no,
You
no,
are giving them
no.
light duty, very
And
light duty.
so that's all done and over with. Once the 5 days of training, they've done the whole I don't know, 6 months or even more sometimes with you. You've watched them, uh, you've watched them grow and kind of they already have this take charge presence about them. And it's
Ownership.
not in, yeah, ownership. And it's not a bad way at all. This is all positivity. It's good vibes. But you've watched them, and trust is huge. I trusting, and you've watched them go into homes and do walkthroughs for you. That's whenever I know that they're okay. This particular, my trainer that knows that they're a trainer. It just kind of was an unspoken thing. I'm following into this live as we're speaking. Like I'm learning as I'm going. And I'm trying to give it to you guys as I remember it. So, once that happened, just this week, um, she did all the hiring. I have it structured. I've been working so hard in the background to have a great hiring funnel that my cleaning techs are just running, doing all the jobs. I'm working at home trying to get everything, situated. And one of my cleaning techs said, "Hey, I have somebody I think would be great for this job." I was busy. I was like, "Well, you know what? I trust you. I do. I trust this person and I trust her. I trust she did the complete onboarding for this person."
And that's a little more than an actual train your trainer. That's more of a managerial role. I want to make sure that we're clear that
Yeah,
Jamie was ready for that position. Please do
right.
not put your trainer
Don't jump.
in
Don't.
in the position of hiring somebody without you fully vetting them and they understand the laws. They could say something inappropriate. And there's so many employment laws. You don't want anyone who is an extension of you saying the wrong thing. So obviously, if that is something that they want to move up the ladder for, then you can train them to do that because they definitely could be in a management position. But if you're training the trainer is an extension of you, but not to the same element as what Jamie just described. So don't
Right.
reiterate that. Don't do that yet. I'm not saying that you can do it later,
I
but don't do that yet
I
until
may
you're ready.
yeah, I jumped a couple of steps.
Because Jamie
I'm
had
sure.
validated this person and was ready to
Very
do
much
so.
so.
So
Uh,
it's not train your trainer and then go into management and hire. There's a huge difference between HR because there's all of this stuff like check boxes, I-9s,
yeah.
W-4s, all this stuff has to
All
go.
my onboarding,
Yes,
that's the part I was doing was all that part. She took her to the office,
right,
made sure to know what we use and what we absolutely don't use. Um, as a matter of fact, she took a bunch of stuff and put it in a box and said, "Do not use." I loved walking in and seeing that. I was like, that we don't. So she's helping me even set up the office for a better flow for whenever our cleaning techs come in and know, don't touch that. These are the only products that we use here. I mean, literally, she's showing, I have a bunch of shirts that are there. She made sure to check her size. Okay, she's good. Um, and explained everything, the whole process to
like
her, how we do
what.
everything.
Right. And like what chemicals are for what? Because we just assume because everyone can clean, everyone knows how to use the product, and
Yes,
not everyone uses the product. We have a strict policy to this day about bleach. We do not use bleach, period. It's too much of a liability. It's volatile. It explodes in people's cars. It's gotten in people's eyeballs. It's ruined tile,
carpet.
travertine,
Oh, yeah.
carpet, walls. It's
Yes.
a dangerous product and it's just not used. So that
Yeah.
way that they understand, and that's part of their process. So you're training your trainer, and then teaching company standards. Jamie has got someone who's really good at what she does, teaches us company standards. Like this is we don't smoke in front of a client's house. We don't do they have a potty mouth, right? Can,
Right.
can they give you eye contact? Can they handle constructive criticism? You can always go back and listen to the episode with Angela Brown in it. And she talks about cursing on the job and how she ended up indirectly losing customers because someone sounded like a truck driver, which was fine. But then the reality of it was that how many customers did she lose? Go back and listen. I don't remember what episode
Yes.
number that was, but that was
Yeah,
a
it
really
was
good point
it's a good
Angela brought
one.
up.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me,
But yeah, no, she literally has taught her how to clock in and clock out, how to put notes in, uh, how to get her cleaning kit together, her rags, where do the dirty rags, I mean, it just uh our company policies.
right,
Um, and that's all, I use jot form now.
right.
I'm a little late in the game, but now I
Okay.
use jot form and we me and my VA, Sarah, came up with a bunch of company policies, not a bunch, but company policies, I believe, man, there's probably 5 so far, policies, a bunch of stuff that they need to sign. Um, and that's what I've been
Code of
working
conduct,
on for these
right?
past couple of weeks. Yeah. And but as I'm working on that, this cleaning tech has been saying, "Hey, we should probably implement this. I mean, what do you think of this?"
Right.
So uh
She's very seasoned in what she does, and it's great to have someone have some impact on your business.
and can run, yes, and can run and then goes out and I'm here I am. I'm able to work behind the scenes and I have somebody that here's how you clean the bathroom. Here's how you and this person after a lot of trial and error, you guys, this person, man, I don't even 5 days may be too long for her.
Right. So
I got lucky. So,
there's a standard that needs to follow. So training your trainer is making sure that they implement all the policies in place that you already have set up. If you don't have them set
there.
up, there is a
Okay.
process to that. We can
Right.
cover that later, or maybe there could be a Zoom class we have. Um,
Ooh,
there is a process to getting all of that facilitated. And then ensuring consistency, making sure that that trainer is holding the cleaning tech accountable. Like, hey, you left a streak on the bathroom mirror. When I was out training, I would like show them the light trick, right? You turn the light on, you turn the light off, you look at the thing if you can see, if you're looking for any dirts or fingerprints. And I learned that from Yona, of all people, who was 67 years old, who was still cleaning houses at
where you
Mary
turn the
Mae's when
light
I
off
was
and
there.
do
This
that.
was like, I was like 37, 36. And Yona was very she was very stern. She wasn't from this country. And she had a twin sister, and I can't remember her twin sister's name. And she was not a big talker. But Yona used to do this really large house on her hands and knees. It was 5,000 square feet. So I was impressed. But she
Oh,
she
yeah.
helped, she like showed you the light tricks. She showed you all of the shortcuts so that you could make your job easier, like the cheat sheet with the blinds and why you use a white towel versus a dark towel. It just like stuff like that you just learn along the way. So making sure she's ensuring, or he, if you have a trainer who's a man, is following all of the protocols of what you've established. And then trainers should teach and not take on management unless you assign it. So when Jamie's case, she's assigned it. It's a good thing to go. Do not put someone in the position of management until A, they are emotionally ready for it, not because, they stayed to the end of summer and by default they got it. Um, and that way that can actually, they can move up the ladder. Maybe this person ends up being an office manager at some point while Jamie expands into other territories next year. Who
Yeah.
knows what will happen with that? And then there's the difference between your training. The trainer should know the difference between what a working interview is
Yeah.
versus a hire and train. Working interviews, and this goes back and forth. I think we always ebb and flow. There was a period of time where I just hired and trained, hired and trained, hired and trained. When in reality, I probably should have done the working interview. But the working interview shows you, the trainer, that they're interested in their job. They have 1 or 2 shifts to show you. And when we know, come on, cleaning is not easy to do. It's just,
No,
it's
no.
hard work. It's physically demanding. It's emotionally exhausting, and you're pooped out, and it's not for everybody. So working
Some of these
interviews, no
people
harm,
though,
no
they really
foul.
make it just
You're getting
look
some
easy.
really basic information from them because God forbid there's an emergency,
Yes.
and then you're paying them out at the end of 2 days. They either made it or they didn't. And
Yep.
that's their time to shine, right? And your trainer should know what those things are that you're looking for to see if they're interested in a job.
Yeah. And this person reports back to me
Mhm.
and says, I think, you know, probably about 6 more houses and I think she can go do her own. And I'm like, wow, okay.
It's like same,
I'm
right?
sure there's some things that I still need to implement and again, I'm learning, this took for me, it took a little longer, but I did not give up. I didn't get scared. I've been burned. Um, I've been called all sorts of names, all sorts of things, but I was not scared to keep on. Like, I can get this. I know I can get this hiring thing down.
Right.
And so that's where I'm at right now in my business. I'm at, um, I'm at the stage where I'm totally just about offhands because I still get in and you know, especially doing quality control, I want to, I pop in and say, hey, which took a little bit because it's weird because I used to be the cleaner there. And then,
But they always like to see you because you know
yeah,
them.
these clients have grown with me and they love the fact that my successes and they love their cleaning techs that I've been sending over. They've worked with me on and watched this and so only doing quality control right now and I'm working on my the whole hiring process funnel right now. That's the area that I'm at right now because we and still growing. If you're local here, you may have seen me. I've even slowed down a little bit, only just so that I can balance myself out a little bit and pivot because I'm going through this growth spurt that's weird. Not every growth spurt is weird. It's hard. It's
It's a
not, it's
new
just
challenge each
awkward.
time. Yes.
And I'm trying to train my own brain to go to this next level of growth that I've got. And this is part of it, which is the hiring and having somebody that you can,
Trust.
yeah, trust and take and know that they have care about your clients just as much as you, care about your business just as much as you, about the work that they showcase and who they bring on into this business with you. And they know to look for those qualities too. So that's what my trainer is. I know it's like a hybrid cleaner, trainer, a little bit of HR in there.
Right.
Um,
And for the audience, Jamie has gone through, I want to say, 5 major growth spurts in the time that we've worked together. So initially it was just her, and then she had a couple of employees, and then we went through the rounds of, you know, those kind of guys kind of filtered out. Because you had mentioned before that you had friends and family who you hired, and then
yes,
that of course never works out. It never we always hope, we keep our fingers, but then we had like full-fledged, employees, and then she went through some more growth, and then he kind of expanded and got these really large jobs, and we had more growth there. So she's gone through a lot of growth, and each time the growth happens, it's a new, I don't want to say elevation, but it's a new building block that she's putting in place, another step up the ladder. And
the
it
structure,
mhm,
the structure that you have to, yeah, it's like taking a step up.
mhm,
And it's like, wait, hang on, before I can go any further, let me work on this really quick and make sure that my company and my policies and everything is caught up to the point that I'm at,
right.
right? So I know that this is about training the trainers and for the audience and everything, but I figured that the audience could really understand that if you're trying to grow, I I think I'm a good, I don't know, a guinea pig right now. We can practice on me because this is live. This is what I'm going through right now. And
In
if you
real
want,
time.
yeah, and in real lifetime. As soon as I get off of here, I gotta go back over here. I got a couple of phone calls that I gotta make that are all about business. And it's weird whenever you get to this point of people outside of cleaners or anything are working on your business with you. And it blows my mind. So, um, you, if I can do it, I promise you guys can do it. Um,
Definitely.
yeah. So yeah, we're building something here and we'll build it all together. And I just happen to be not afraid to demonstrate and share my failures and be on YouTube and discuss it with you guys and sh have Shannon tell me how to steer me in the right direction of as we go along with this.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So, that's what we're done discussing for today. So that's the beginning part. As I mentioned, this will be more than likely a 5-part series, but we wanted to give you some basis to think about while you're out there doing your thing, listening to this crazy podcast that we have on like, hey, can I have a trainer that is, how do I hire a trainer? What do I look for when I'm hiring a trainer? What kind of qualities does that person have? What kind of responsibilities should they have? There's an extension of you. So these are things to think about. Like, can I have a trainer this year? Having a trainer, next year a goal? And if you don't want to have W-2s or 1099s helpers, you don't have to have them. I know a couple of you guys have been doing this for 35 years and have no intention of doing anything but that, and that's okay. Whatever, everybody has a different goal in mind on what they want to do to bring themselves wealth. You can choose, the solo method, or you can choose W-2s, you can do 1099s like I do. There's
Right.
all of these different there's a remote model. Not as familiar with that as some of the others, but there's a lot of flaws in it, so I'm kind of waiting to see if that doesn't just like bounce on the asphalt and you just kind of skirtle off on the roadway or not.
Like
I'm
a
just
bouncy
waiting.
ball.
You can see a lot of that in the booking qual, right? They get it up and going, and then 18 months happens. They're like, "I'm ready to sell my business." I'm like, "So what's going on?"
Yeah, what happened? What's going on there?
You put all this effort into an 18 months you want to sell. Okay, no problem. So
Yeah, no.
that concludes today's episode. We wanted to give you a start on thinking about goals for next year or even the last part of this year.
Yeah. And if you guys find any value in this, could do us a favor, leave us a 5-star review. Let us reach more cleaning business owners. Let our content get out there. We're really trying to get a good reach on the cleaning business industry. And that's it.
We look forward to seeing you guys in the next episode. Take
Yes.
care.
Bye.